It's Market Day Report, first trading day of the month of May. Can you believe it's already May of 2025? I was writing the date down the other day and I did it. I wrote down 1997. I have no idea where that came from, but yeah, I'm not only writing 2025, I'm still back in the 19s somewhere. All right, what I'm not doing, though, is wasting any more time before we get to the corn market. Now, corn new crop has been higher throughout the entire session, but now we're lower, and we're at the bottom of the trading range, 444 3/4. It's a penny and a half lower on the session. All contracts now in the red. Over to the soybeans, and we're seeing the same trend here with November at 10.18. It's down one tick for the session. Soy meal is lower across the board, and soy oil now higher. The soy oil market has been up over 22% year to date. That's been really one of the shining stars, if you will. Wheat market, kind of going the other direction, though, for the year, with pressure in the market down nearly 3% year to date. July Chicago penny higher right now at 531 3/4. This market, though, has been in the red for 3 consecutive sessions on the July. 528 3/4, down 3/4 of a cent on hard red winter wheat. And spring wheat December is a half penny lower, 626 1/2. New York cotton futures down 40. 67.39. All right, let's dig in a little more on the grains. In Minnesota with CHS Hedging, Ryan Kelbrants. All right, Ryan, as you look, we come away with the weekly export sales report. Bearish, bullish?
Kind of neutral. The corn number, they were thinking between 700,000 and 1.5 million for 24-25, came in a little over a million. So that was a little bit lower than last week, down about 12% from last week and 13% below the 4-week average. So main buyer there would be Mexico. On the bean side of things, the old crop came in at 428. That was right in line with estimates. They're thinking 150 to 600, and then 50 new crop. They're thinking 0 to 100. So those net sales are up from last week and 27% above the 4-week average, but it's not reflecting in the prices today. But main buyers there are going to be China, Germany, and then the Netherlands. Meal number, a really nice number, 323,000 towards the high end of estimates. They're thinking 150 to 400, and new crop was 5,200. They're thinking none to 50,000. So those sales are up dramatically from last week and well above the 4-week average. So a good number there. On the wheat side of things, old crop came in at a plus 72,000. They're thinking we'd maybe see some cancellations of up to 200,000 to up, down 200,000 to up 300,000. And for the new crop, a nice number, 283,300. They're thinking 100 to 400. So those sales were down from last week and a little bit below the 4-week average there. 3 top buyers are going to be Thailand, Nigeria, and Ecuador. We've got the NOPA crush coming out this afternoon, or not NOPA, the USDA are going to release their March soybean crush numbers at 2 p.m. Central Time, and they're looking for 205.5 million bushels, and then the soy oil stocks are expected to be right around 1.95 billion bushels. So keeping an eye on the weather, obviously, and trade and tariff information as it's released. Markets in Asia and Europe, a lot of them were closed today for public holidays, with China being closed until next Tuesday. We'll see weekly crop progress on Monday, and we should see some decent gains. But until then, we've got gold down over $100 an ounce. The U.S. dollar is trading above 100 points, up 854 ticks. And crude oil hit some low levels of support here this morning, but we're down up a dime right now at 58.31 per barrel.
Yeah, some markets we'll want to keep an eye on throughout the rest of the session. Ryan, thanks for coming by. Ryan Kelbrants is with CHS Hedging. We'll take a break. Back with livestock futures. Market Day Report continues in a moment.